What's going on out there, everybody? I hope you're all having a great night. I hope y'all enjoyed some wrestling memories with my two favorite people over there. Let's just jump right into it. Right over here. We still have Johnny here with us.
Hey, guys.
And JP's in his chair, as usual. He's going to be focusing on the game, or at least that's what he said. And apparently Boyz II Men is opening the show.
Ah, for fuck's sake!
So if you're watching the football game, we are going to have the Eagles versus the Falcons tonight. So have fun with that.
Hey, did the other boy die?
No, I just think he fell out of the group.
Beat the fuck out of him.
By the looks of them, they probably ate him.
Right.
Anyway. Anyway, it's been an interesting week thus far, to say the least, with what's been going on.
Oh, God.
We'll get the good news out of the way. How you doing, Chad?
What's up, Chad?
Get the good news out of the way. JP is a grandfather a second time over to a very beautiful little baby girl.
Who looks like her brother.
Identical to her brother.
It's fucking weird.
Oops.
She looks exactly like Zane when he was born. It's fucking weird.
I will say this, her partner has some very strong genes. More good news, Johnny's going to be starting his channel back up early.
Yeah. I'm actually doing some stuff tonight to get everything ready because they just released a update that allows the mods that I'm going to be using to be scripted a little bit better. So I'm loading it. I'm doing the loading now, and then I've got to go through and delete saves. Hopefully. Oh, don't tell me it just crashed. No, it didn't. Okay. I got to delete all my saves that I have so I can
start all over again.
Because they finally put out a damn update. Because fucking Bashida decided to add shit to the Creation Club.
Of course. But that's Bashida for you.
But it will allow me to add some mods that I've been looking at for a while. And some mods that I was using that I want to put back into the game. So.
That's cool. And Dan Rex Bobbitt's not sleeping. He's
not
actually
here.
away from his computer at the moment.
You go.
Ronnie had a question for Johnny, right?
But she's wondering what time you are thinking of starting on Saturday.
Probably maybe around 1 or 2.
So about the time that you used to go around for the games.
Yeah, I used to go like at 3, but that used to only give me like a couple hours, and I'm actually going to probably start doing longer streams because, like, I enjoy gaming, so I can sit there and game for quite a while.
As can I. Yeah. As the 2-hour World of Warcraft streams can tell you people.
I actually wound up leaving that game. I uninstalled it last week, and I honestly don't regret it.
I haven't touched it in a while, but that's because we've also been very busy with running around with everything. With my own doctor appointments, helping his daughter get to her doctor appointments as of late. So it's been a week.
Well, my thing is that because I switched sides and I didn't have a character that was like 110
right
on Alliance, and so I had to basically start all over, and the grind is just god awful.
You see, that's why I would sit there and I would quest grind until 15, and then I would just do the dungeon finder. I wouldn't even bother with questing.
Even then, it gets to being like around the level 50 area, it like grinds to a slow. I just can't. Like I could understand a game that that I'm just now starting out.
Right.
I can understand that and doing the grind, but not a game that I've been playing for over 10 years.
Right.
And, you know, when it got to that point where I didn't even want to do that anymore, then I'm just kind of like, there's no point. It's time to move on.
I will say this, though, because I've been playing that game just as long as you have, possibly even a little bit longer. They have changed up the quests quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a bit. I'm not going to say it's bad, but, you know, it's not bad at all. I'm not shitting on the game at all. It's a fantastic game. If you're a new player, I highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
But for me, it's a game I played for 10 plus years. And you do get to a point where you're just kind of like, I just don't want to go through the bullshit.
Right.
And so, you know, doing that, it frees up, you know, to where that's all I was doing. And now I'm actually playing other games and stuff like that. Like games that I haven't even never touched.
Right.
Are getting played. And so I think that's a much better scenario.
Yeah, and unfortunately we all go through those funks, but then you start missing the game, and it's just like, damn, you end up sucked right back into it again.
I do it me too. Hey, I do it every time. Towards the end of an expansion, I'll actually come back.
Right.
And then I'll stick around for the first part of the new expansion, and then I leave again.
Yeah.
I've done it every single time, but I'm thinking this time, I'm hoping that this time it doesn't happen, because that's a lot of money to spend just to upgrade for a game that you're only going to play for, like, I came back in May. I went back to playing around April, May, and now I'm already I'm like, okay, I'm already done. So, you know, at that point, I'm like, my time away has been getting longer, and my stay has been shorter every time.
Right.
Now, where I might come back is when they release Classic. I might come back then, but I would only be playing Classic WoW.
Right.
But anyway.
Further good news for those who have not seen yet on my channel, but have seen on Bobbit's channel. We got news that we are expecting a little girl, and that's her first picture there. For those of you out there
that haven't seen it
yet. I go in for another ultrasound this coming Friday. Well, not this coming Friday, next Friday, the 14th. The weekend of the fucking pay-per-view. Yay!
Oh, joy!
Yes, get to go in for a full facial picture of her, and as well as to get a full view of her heart, as they were not able to get it with that ultrasound there because she was being a stubborn little bitch, just like her mommy.
Whoa! Whoa!
They are thinking of doing that, Chad, and it's becoming more and more of a reality. So they are so special to raise. I'm worried about the teenage years when a certain little guest starts approaching.
It's okay, because Uncle Johnny will have a fucking baseball bat waiting.
I raised the girl already, so I'm not too worried.
Exactly, Danorex. Mother like daughter. So we have all that taken care of. With my last visit to the doctor, she handed me a book. Now,
it has boobies in it.
Apparently, this book was written by the world's most leading experts when it comes to women's health care.
Uh-oh.
The title of the book, Your Pregnancy and Childbirth, Month to Month, Revised 6th Edition. Let that sink in.
They've had to change it six fucking times.
6 times they've had to sit down and rewrite this entire fucking book. Folks,
That surprised me.
I've actually been reading this.
Jesus Christ.
I am up to page 123, which on this page you have special concerns and prenatal lead exposure.
Prenatal what?
What?
Lead exposure. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's in there. I gotta tell you, folks, with reading this far into this book, close enough, Ronnie, close enough. I can tell you this. My 7th grade biology book had more information on women pregnancy than that fucking book does. Okay.
But isn't that kind of indicative of, like, healthcare in general? I mean, because how many times have they changed their mind on whether or not coffee was good for you?
Exactly. And so, cheers to my doctor here who sat there and said, cut back on the caffeine. 1 to 2 cups of coffee a day, and that's it. This is my 2nd can of Mountain Dew. Fuck you, bitch.
Oh, shit. No, come on.
That's
She's
why-
a good doctor.
She is a good doctor, but
You know, the only thing that I kind of find funny about all that is, like, the people that, like, swear that science is absolute, but yet science is always changing.
Yes.
Science
Science is a theory. I keep arguing this. Science is a theory. That's all it is. The only exact science is mathematics. And even that isn't an exact science. The only exact thing about fucking mathematics is that 1 + 1 is 2.
I always thought it was 3.
Well, that's if you add another 1 to it. But
If you carry the Y over.
yeah. But you see what you know what I mean? It's like
Oh,
A plus B equals C, and that's the exact science of math. But science, like biology, stuff changes. Things adapt. That's all I had to say. Sorry.
Yeah, but again, this book is written by experts, and at the end of every fucking chapter with this book, your healthy weight gain in you. Really?
Hmm?
Healthy weight gain. And even in here it says, yes, you can give in to your cravings, but be careful because you don't want to get too fat. Those were the exact words within the book. It's just like one of those things of, okay, now I'm going to sit here, close my eyes, and think real hard. Okay, this book was written by experts.
Yes,
I want to guarantee you every single one of these fucking experts sitting around this table writing this goddamn book is probably close to 300 fucking pounds. Don't tell me about healthy weight gain.
Oh, fuck no.
If you haven't noticed, ladies and gentlemen, her hormones are coming out.
Fucking, oh, there it is. Kid just fucking popped out. Jesus Christ.
Welcome back, Trek.
Like I said, they're probably good doctors. They're just my fucking doctor would fucking tell me you need to exercise.
That's another thing. There's always an
Okay.
exercise for the month within this book.
Then that's fine. I do exercise. I can't do a push-up or a sit-up, but I'll go for a walk.
Right.
You know, I mean, do I have to fucking put in a fucking 45-minute fucking workout all the fucking time? Oh my god. No.
It sounds like he's having the baby over here. But that is another thing within this book. They constantly sit there at the end of every chapter. The exercise for this month. One of them, they have you as a pregnant woman sitting on a medicine ball. What?
Okay.
You want us, a woman who's already critically off balance because of a baby belly that's going to be out to here, sitting on a medicine ball to work on our balance. So you want us to sit there, roll off that ball, and just pop the kid out right there, apparently.
Oh, God.
And Ronnie also said here in the chat that she loves the experts that sit down and write a book, but they've never had a child themselves. Again.
Well, that I'll tell you right there. I mean, it's like all the fucking like children's book say yet half the fucking people don't even have children.
Right. Right. And, don't get me started with other books. I put together a baby registry on Amazon.com. Because I don't really have that many people here for me to throw me a baby shower. Yes, we got some clothing and some bibs and stuff like that from his coworker and his daughter. We have a crib on the way already, but you know what? Make it nice and easy, do an online little baby shower thing. You know, whoever wants to, they can sit there and help us get more things that we need through Amazon. And it gets sent directly to us. No travel needed, it's just taken care of that way. Part of this fucking registry, some of the toys for the kids. A series of books. And I shit you fucking not, folks. A series of fucking books. Physics for baby.
Wow.
String theory for baby. Mathematics for baby. So it becomes one of those things of, what? What happened to Hungry Caterpillar? Hop on Pop. Shit like that. Where the fuck did those books go? I guess I did see the look that JP just gave me. Oh.
Hop on Pop.
That's the book. That is a children's book. So,
I'm gonna go back to bed.
It's just one of those things of we have to sit there and push intellectualism as soon as they come out of the womb. Really?
Well, my kid's getting a job as soon as it pops out.
Exactly, Dan Rex. I mean, the Hungry Caterpillar, you got the little toy with the fucking book. So this way the Hungry Caterpillar toy could play along with the book as you read it to the kid. But no, we have to have, let me
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I have to, because I know there's people that are going to watch this video back and go, yeah, fucking right. So I have to sit there and just...
You don't have to, you just do.
I do. Ah, there's another one, the bedtime book. The first words, your first animals, opposites, things that go.
Oh, that's not bad.
Love you forever. First 100 words. Shit like this is great for kids. But let's see if I can find the ones that they were suggesting to me on my baby registry. But actually, I can do even better than that.
She's gonna log the fuck in.
I'm actually going to go directly to my baby registry. Where did it go? There it is. Because it should be one of the first things there.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, here we go.
Quantum physics.
For babies.
Sheldon Cooper can't even figure out quantum physics. What?
Get rid of Trek's pick there. Really? Fine. But it's a 4-book set. And I will just put the link to it in the chat for you folks. It's quantum physics for babies, rocket science for babies, general relativity for babies, and Newton physics for babies. So, and they're in the chat for those who are not gonna believe this shit. And those were the only books that were first suggested to me for my fucking baby registry. And we have to sit there and try and push this directly out of the room, out of the womb. Why?
No, you're not pushing it directly out of the womb. You're not pushing the books out.
I'm talking about the intellectualism.
I was being smart ass, but okay. Trying to be funny, trying to lighten the situation, but it's not working.
Well, it's called Raging Ink for a reason.
Shut up.
This is the part where you're supposed to rage. What did you not understand?
Shut the fuck up.
I farted.
Hey,
Oh,
the
there he
has
is.
returned!
About time, asshole!
Well, I told you I was going to the midnight launch.
The midnight watch.
For what?
Yeah.
I can actually, Ronnie.
Whenever you we can't see you, Bobbit.
Why not?
Your camera is a spinning wheel of death.
Oh. Yeah, let me try it again.
I saw what he got.
Am I good now?
Nope. Nope. How about you do this? How about you go up, come back in? Fine, fuck you, leave. I don't care.
Alrighty.
Is it good now?
Nope.
You might have to give it a second before. I sent it to you directly there, Ronnie. So, we have to sit there and try and push the fact that these kids need to be book smart as soon as they're fucking born. Whatever happens to just letting them be a kid. Yeah, that's the problem with most of the teenagers these days. They were not allowed to be children. It's okay, Ronnie. So it's baffling to me that we sit there and try and push studying on these kids so hard at such an early age that we wonder why they don't like school. And the fact that they don't do well in school half the time. So it's no wonder. It's no wonder to me seeing this shit now. But moving on from this topic, that was just a little pregnancy rage I had to get out of the way. Because really, with reading this book, and I am going to continue reading it until the end to see if there's anything in there that I haven't already learned through common basic sense and 7th grade biology class. You know? So I'll continue reading it. I'll update you guys as we go along with it. But again, I'm already over 120 pages into this, and my 7th grade science book knows more. But on to tonight's topic for the show, which is, why are people so strange? Exactly, Track, exactly. This topic has to do more with those who, let's face it, they're keyboard warriors in their own way and fail miserably at it in a lot of ways. Because they have their opinions, which are fine, but then they view your opinions as garbage, and that you are a moronic human being that does not deserve to have an opinion. Meanwhile, they're the ones out there putting this out there for everybody in the world to fucking see. That's a good one, Ronnie.
You're trying to goad me into this, aren't you?
Me? No. No, actually,
No.
this is more.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
This is more to do with what happened personally through my own timeline. And what I'm seeing.
We had the same thing happen to us in the same day.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, because I started noticing that a certain somebody was blocking everybody around me, but only unfollowed me. It's just like one of those things of, wait, I share the exact same opinions as them, but you blocked them without saying a fucking word to them, but you only unfollowed me.
Chicken shit.
Right.
No, actually, I think because before you and I got together, this certain somebody spent a lot of times sliding into my DMs, flirting with me.
Oh. Chicken shit.
And hope they had a chance.
He's a chicken
They
shit.
want that bounce. Wow, wow.
Apparently. And apparently they think there's still a chance, even though I'm pregnant and call him my husband.
When did we get married?
When BSR married us.
You done did it now.
It's mind-boggling to me how that works. I'm sharing the same exact opinions, and I'm arguing with you. Yes, and I'm arguing with this guy. That his opinions, yes, they are good opinions, however, they're not quite right for that situation. Because they didn't quite make sense. Oh, excuse me. And also pointing out the fact that he was following along with the ideas of every single person else. He could not form his own opinions. But yet I only suffer an unfollow, where everybody else suffers a blocking. So it's like, I guess tits really do rule the world.
Could be.
Well, thank you for that, Sarah.
Hey, Bobbit.
And
For some reason, you're the circle of death. I don't know why, man.
And I just restarted Skype. What the fuck?
oh, Trek, that was so sweet. I have to go puke now.
Somebody kill me.
Oh my god, are we gonna start this fucking shit in the fucking chat?
How about you just fucking get it over with already?
Well, since you brought it up, I guess I will kind of speak to it because I had similar shit happen, and you know, my deal was a little bit different. I was the one that was actually unfollowing people. And I don't know. I just kind of found the whole thing like really hilarious for me. And I'm not going to mention names. I mean, it is what it is. I already kind of put a video out kind of explaining everything, even though, you know, me personally, I don't feel I owe anybody an explanation.
And honestly, no.
You know, but I just found the whole thing like hilarious. But you know, it is what it is.
And it is okay. Both situations are comical situations, in how they happened.
Well, like what was it? Like mine happened like in the morning, and then yours was like right after my shit happened.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Thank you, Danax. But and again, it comes down to them all being just keyboard warriors. They have a lot to say about nothing.
well, yeah. I mean, well, my thing has always been is it's okay when you do it. But the moment the behavior that you portray is done to you, that's when it's an issue. And that's what I've never understood.
And it's usually that's what it is. It's that godly thought of my opinions are right and yours are not. Yours do not matter to anybody. And frankly, this one person that I'm talking about with my situation is always sitting there and begging for the attention of certain people with every single one of his posts. Because God forbid he sit there and actually have an opinion on something that did not involve other people for their approval.
Well, and you know, the other thing that I will say about it is I find it funny that people like say, "Oh, you know, I thought you was a friend." I'm like, "Well, wait. You're basing my friendship on whether or not I follow you on Twitter?" It's like, well, then were you really my friend to begin with? Because I'm sorry, like, I have family on Facebook that I refuse to add. And when they ask me why I don't, it's because, frankly, I don't like what you post. And frankly, I don't want you griping at me about what I post.
Ronnie, you're too much.
Ronnie, I keep trying to slide up in your DM, so that ain't ever going to happen.
I mean, on Facebook, I told my father that I was pregnant, privately. Now, in my mind, that's all I need to tell, privately, is my father. Everybody else can find out the same way everybody else is going to find out. So once I knew that he knew, I posted on Facebook about my pregnancy. One of my aunts fucking sat there and tweeted, "Oh, I have to find out through Facebook? I see how it is."
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I find out the due date. I tell my father the due date. That's all well and good. He's the only one that needs to know privately and before anybody else.
Right.
I post about my due date. Fucking this one and again. Oh, again, I have to find out through Facebook. I finally responded to her with, I told my dad, you can wait in line with everybody else.
Ow!
And that's the way I've always been with this one aunt. My mom told me when I was 4 years old and I met this bitch for the first time, I ran and hid behind my mother and said, I don't like her. She didn't even say anything to me.
Right.
So it's like I knew from that moment on I was just not going to click with this woman. And come to find out later on, 12 years old, my grandfather dies. This woman comes in from California and tries to take over shit. Like, she's the one who's leading this show.
Right.
At 12 years old, I sat there and looked at her and went, sit down, this is a family affair. At 12 years old, I'm telling this woman to sit down and relax herself. So, I've had no problems telling this woman what to do since I was very young.
Somebody has to actually be explained as to why people are burning Nike shoes.
And then you have idiots like that out there.
I fucking love it because I know the person.
Oh no!
They don't pay attention to the fucking news. It's alright.
Yes, the reason why the Nike shoes are being burnt is because of Colin Kaepernick. However, you idiots out there that are burning these shoes, you already gave Nike the money.
I know.
You're not hurting them.
No, that's the funny thing about it. But you want to talk? I'll talk about it. Fuck it. I don't fucking care. I really wasn't going to interrupt or involve myself in the conversation tonight, but I'm going to.
Go ahead.
Look. I don't care who the fuck you are. What is it? And I always say this, and Heather hears me say this, Johnny hears me say this, Bob hears me say this, and you guys hear me say this all the time. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. If you want to sit there and say that fucking kneeling for the national anthem is his God-given right, I don't disagree. Do I agree with it? No. I don't think they need to do it, but I'm not going to bitch about it because it is their God-given right to do that. They have that freedom. That's what America is all about. The United States of America is based on the freedoms. Let me tell you something else. You sit there and fucking throw the word freedom around like it's this thing that is given. It's there.
You're born with it.
It is. But freedom is not free. I'll tell you that right fucking now. Freedom is not fucking free. I've done it for 23 years. I fought for your freedoms. At least show me the respect. You're desecrating the national anthem, which makes no fucking sense to me. I think I've talked about this before. What did the national anthem do to you?
What the fuck did a flag do?
How is the national anthem oppressing you? How is the American flag oppressing you? If you're being fucking oppressed, you're being oppressed by a person. And that person is apparently sitting in office. Everybody sits there and says it's about the police corruption. That's what he says, but that's not what it's about. I'm not fucking dumb. I wasn't fucking born yesterday. Anyway, back onto the fucking issue at hand. It is the God-given right of that person to kneel. I got it. People coming out and saying, you shouldn't be burning shoes and shit. Why don't you donate them to the fucking needy? Although I agree with that too. It's their God-given right to fucking do that. They paid for them fucking shoes. Why are you bitching about it? If you don't like it when people are bitching about fucking kneeling for the national anthem, what the fuck are you bitching about people saying and burning fucking shoes? It's kind of a two-way street, not a one-way street, people. It's a two-way street. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Enough said.
It's part of our laws. Peaceful protest is allowed.
Nobody's hurting anything. They're just burning fucking shoes in protest. They burned bras in protest and nobody said anything about that.
The church burned books in protest. Nobody said anything about that.
If you want change, go and vote. That's all I can say. And I don't want to sit here and make this a political issue because it's really not. It shouldn't even be. People that are bitching about fucking people kneeling for the flag need to fucking stop. Because no matter, at the end of the day, it's their God-given right. They can do it. I don't agree with it, but I can't say stop doing it because it's their right.
And I gotta tell you, people, there's people out there in this country that are doing a hell of a lot more than just kneeling for the flag. They're shoving it up their ass and wiping their ass with it. They're standing on it. They're burning the flag. All of which is illegal, by the way.
It is.
So, and by the looks of them, they're probably on welfare checks, so they're living off of our tax money.
That's a stereotype. Don't do that. Just saying.
But I'm saying, if any of them are caught doing this and they are on welfare, guess what? That welfare should be stopped immediately.
They go to jail, so whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, but it should be stopped, and it should be permanently stopped immediately.
Just stop making it a fucking issue. That's just the bottom fucking line. I'm sorry if anybody is fucking hurt by what I said, but hey, what am I? Who am I? Who am I to fucking tell somebody they can't do something? Do I think it's right? No. Again, I keep harping on it, but people that sit there and fucking bitch, piss, and moan because somebody's burning fucking shoes, that's like it's like. It boggles my fucking mind. And I am a Trump supporter. I don't care who knows. I don't care. I don't bring politics into anything. I don't. But I'm telling you right now, you're bashing. To me, I served 23 years in the Army. I never bashed Obama once. Did I agree with anything he did? No. I didn't agree with anything he did. If I was in service and Hillary was my president, I can't say anything bad about her.
It's his boss.
That's just like me going into the fucking regular boss at fucking McDonald's and telling him to fuck off. What do you think? I'd still have a job then? I don't think so. It's just one of those things. People have got to think before they open their fucking mouth or say anything on fucking social media. Sometimes I do the same thing, but I'm just trying to get a rise out of people. I think it's fucking funny. Not gonna fucking lie. But there are certain things that you don't fucking come out and say without fucking thinking about what you're fucking saying. There are rights out there for a reason. The right to bear arms. I didn't make those rights. Trump didn't make those rights. The NRA didn't make that right.
The NRA
Our
didn't even.
forefathers made that right.
The NRA didn't even fucking exist when that fucking thing came. That Second Amendment came up.
So they just fight for that Second Amendment right. That's all they're doing.
Because if you people want, of course, we could sit there and go back to using only the guns and weapons that are classified that were used during that time. Then again, instead of a little pea hole in somebody, you end up with something the size of a cannonball hole sized hole in somebody.
And everybody's sitting there telling me, thank you for my service, you're welcome. But I really didn't do anything any more than the next person. Johnny, every day he goes out and does fire extinguishers. He's doing a service to this country. Whether you believe it or not.
I don't believe it.
Thank you very much, Gorilla Strong. Very much appreciated.
Hey, what's up, Gorilla? Thanks, man. So it's a two-way street. You can't just say one thing and then turn around and say another, because then you're being a hypocrite. You're contradicting yourself. You look like an asshole when you do it. And I'm not calling out fucking names. I'm sorry if you're offended by what I'm saying. I never. Do I agree with what they do? No. I think they should donate the fucking shoes. But who in the fuck am I? I can't tell everybody, no, you're fucking wrong. What are they going to tell you? Fuck you, I can do whatever the fuck I want. They're right. Within limits. Within limits.
Within the law. They are allowed to do whatever they want with those shoes. But again, the only gripe I have about it is you already gave them the money, so you're wasting your time.
Well,
I think it's the principle. I think it's the principle of them. I think it's the principle. If you want to hit Nike where it hurts, hit them where it is hurting. They're losing money right now.
They are.
Apparently.
Yeah, their stocks are going down, and it was before this ad even happened that their stocks started going down. That's because their shoes are ridiculously over fucking priced.
They are.
Their clothing line is ridiculously over fucking priced.
It is.
And the quality is not there anymore.
Well, look at who uses their stuff.
Well, and also, a lot of people seem to forget the fact that the way the shoes that are made are not good, because they use
labor.
Third world labor, where these women are only making 20 cents an hour to make $200 pairs of shoes.
Exactly.
Well, not only that, they're only made to last for so long, so that you have to buy another pair of shoes.
And It's not even within 6 months anymore. It's within 2-3 months that you have to go and buy another pair of shoes because the stitching's coming out. How you doing, Beersy?
What's up, Beersy? It went up today, huh?
Okay. Well,
but it was dropping. It
was dropping before then, but we'll see what happens in the coming weeks now, because you got the 50-50 split of the Kaepernick supporters and the haters. So we'll see what happens from there.
But it's not even about Kaepernick. Everybody, and I said it, everybody politicizes everything. Like, I could sit here and we could politicize a fucking nail in the fucking wall if I wanted to.
Right.
I don't want to. It's boring, it's stupid, it's ignorant. If you want to make a statement, get out and fucking vote.
New Balance is Nike there, Sarah.
No, it's not. It's on its own company.
Really? The last time I saw New Balance, it was with Nike.
No, it's its own company. You're good. Just letting you know.
Jordans are way over fucking priced as well. $600 for the newest pair. Are you fucking crazy? They're shoes.
Right?
Well, like, you know, like I got into a conversation with someone where they made the point, well, why don't they just donate the shoes? And I'm like, well, yeah, but why can't they burn them?
It's the principle. It's a principle. It like I said, and you know that you get what I'm saying, Johnny. I
know.
It's funny to sit there for people to say, well, it doesn't make any sense. That could go to the fucking needy. Yeah.
So could whatever food you throw away every week.
Exactly.
What's your point?
And I agree. It should go to the needy. I mean, it would combat some of the fucking crap that we have to deal with. But that's neither here nor there.
Exactly.
That's not the issue.
I mean, for fucking $600, $200, $70, $60 for shoes, $50 for shoes. Too expensive. Too expensive.
And that yep. I agree with you 100%, Gorilla. With what you just said. I don't give a fuck. I'll save my money for more important things like my son's therapy.
Well, like, you know, and okay. I was very vague about it earlier, but the whole thing, like the whole shit with me, the way it came about was, and I preface by saying this, I don't hate any of these people. I don't even dislike them. I find, you know, most of them I still consider to be my friend. But, and this is just God's honest, why I did what I did is because I got tired of, I have no problem with somebody having a difference of opinion with me. I have no problem with that. In fact, I'll debate you on it and have a civil debate with you. But when it comes to where you can't make an argument without throwing out an insult, and that's all you do when you make that point, I'm sorry, I don't want to see it. And people, you know, I had people sit there telling me, well, I shouldn't be on social media if that's the case, if I don't like other people's opinion. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. It's social media, which means I'm coming on to see content, which means I can also control what content I see.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said, I have nothing against anybody. I just didn't want to see their bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said, Johnny, you have nothing to explain to us. We get it.
Oh, I know. It's just, I know that like it's died. It pretty much died down. But I also know that there was a lot of people that didn't know the situation or what was going on. I was called a dick, that I pussed out, and I'm like, well, if that makes me a dick or pussing out because I just don't want to see certain content, or I don't want to see a certain opinion because, frankly, you're being passive-aggressive about it, then so be it. I'm a dick. I pussed out. You know, if that offends people, I'm sorry. That's what the unfollow button's for.
And exactly as Ronnie said in the chat here, it's just like with YouTube. If you don't want to watch my content, unsubscribe from my channel.
Or just don't watch.
It's that simple.
It's not, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking sides. I'm not taking anybody's side on anything. I try to be as neutral as possible on a lot of stuff. But when somebody says something like, if somebody says that Trump supporters are simpletons, ask me if I'm a simpleton. You want to have a conversation? We'll have a conversation. You want to talk about calculus? We'll talk about calculus. I'm a real simpleton. Just saying. It's throwing hate just to throw hate because somebody's so angry that somebody did something. And I don't understand it. Whatever happened to can't we all just get along? Because in the end, these politicians want us to be divided.
They want us at each other's throats.
They want us at each other's throats because
it makes it easier for them to do their job and get their agendas over.
Yes.
Right. And I will say this, they're doing such a good job of it that it's getting to the point where you almost have to pick your side.
Yes.
Because here's the thing.
We love you, Beersy. We fucking love you, dude.
He just like old Falcons go.
Yeah, I think he's trying to restore his computer. And it's like Ronnie just said here in the chat, and it's something I've always believed in as well. You know, words are like bullets. Once they are said, you cannot take them back, and you deal with the consequences.
Right.
What I've always believed in and what I've always said is something a coworker told me once. Yes, you have the freedom of speech, but there's consequences for what you say. So yes, you have the freedom to say whatever the fuck you want. But just remember, somebody will have something to say back to you for what you say. So always think about what you say.
Right. And look, I love Johnny. I love everybody else that I work with. All the people that I have as Twitter friends that I'm really close with. Yes, I have 1,300 followers, and most of those 1,300 followers are Trump supporters. But you very rarely see me post anything political on my Twitter. If somebody comes at me and says something like, I've been better at avoiding it because I could have fucking responded to some people with some pretty nasty shit. But I'm trying to be the better person because does it make sense for me to mudsling back at somebody when they throw mudsling at me? Because that's what the fucking hard fucking right really wants you to do. Mm-hmm. They want you to throw mud back at them so that they can fucking continue to throw mud, and then you get really fucking nasty, and then especially they'll start talking about your family.
Oh yeah.
They'll start saying how we're gonna get you, and you'll be like, "Come and get me, motherfucker!" and I'll fucking kill you, and then they got you right there.
Yep.
They'll post, "This motherfucker said he was gonna fucking come after me and kill me."
Yep.
That's what they want you to do. The best thing I can tell you to do is do what Johnny did. If you don't want it, unfollow, or just
mute,
or do the best thing you can to ignore it. I mean, those are your options. I choose to just ignore it. I do see the stuff that's in there, and I'll like some things, and I'll retweet some things, but I'm not sitting there fucking. Now, my Facebook is a whole different story. I dare somebody to fucking say something to me because that's more than 280 characters than I can write. I'll sit there and argue with you all fucking day because I've done it. But I'm not gonna, you know, that's what they want you to do. Excuse me, that's what they want you to do.
Right.
Avoid it at all costs. And like I said, I have friends on both sides of the fence. I can have an insightful conversation with the other side as long as I'm not drunk, or we're not drinking, or...
Which, for you young people out there, if you're too young to be drinking in a bar, remember these rules when you hit that age. When you go into a bar, never have two types of conversations. Politics or religion. Stay away from those conversations within a bar.
Unless you're with me, because then it's good times.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we had some people looking at us when we were at the restaurant.
I'm not surprised. But what it comes down to is this whole new wave really shows you how people think these days. You have these people that want to be politically correct and they want to try to do the right things, but then they take it too far.
That's the way to do it, David. Perfect answer. And just try to enjoy life. Just try to enjoy life. I get that, but sometimes you got to be an adult and, dude, don't not vote just to not vote because you don't want to hear the shit. If you believe in something, by all means, fucking vote.
I've only voted twice in my life.
Well, you're gonna have to fucking start voting.
I only voted twice in my life, and this election was one, and that's because I did not want Hillary anywhere fucking near the White House in such a powerful position. How you doing, White Society?
But I don't want to get political. I really don't. I just wanted to point that out.
I did not want Hillary anywhere near the White House for two reasons. One, she's a cunt.
Wow.
Two, if she's back in the White House, guess who else is back in the White House? Her horn dog of a husband. And sorry, I did not want any more of those people to suffer him again. So, this woman, as Senator of fucking New York, tried to get violent video games banned because a few of the mothers that were backing her on it let their 5-year-old children play Grand Theft fucking Auto. Did you not read the back where it clearly explains what the fucking rating of the game is and why it got that rating? Or are you that kind of mother that just cannot say no to their child? I mean, really. The game was rated for a mature audience because of nudity, violent language, and violence within the game. But yet, you let your 5-year-old fucking play this game and then got all upset when you heard the F-bomb drop.
Fuck.
I mean, really? It makes no fucking sense.
What's up, Marvin? What? Marvin, what?
What?
But yet this woman had the audacity to sit there and call Trump an idiot. So, no, honey, no, you don't get to play that card. Not at all. Because in that situation, Sarah Palin was smarter than you, and Sarah Palin had the audacity to utter the words, beluga whales are not endangered, they're just unlucky.
That happens from time to talking about. You good?
Yes.
There's also one more thing I want to talk about, and it is wrestling related, just real quick. Alright. I seen on Twitter today people bitching because everybody on Tuesday, Andrade Cien Almas was talking, and they were going, what?
Oh, yes.
And I'm sitting there like, and people are on there. You don't yell what at somebody that's just learning English. But yet nobody fucking said anything when fucking Shinsuke Nakamura was heel, and they were hollering what at him. Nobody said a fucking word. Fuck Andrade Cien Almas. He's not that fucking good, people. Everybody can sit there and think he's good. He's not that great.
Damn right, I'm so pissed off. I can't see straight.
Hold on a second. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, people. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's all I had. I just wanted to point out, I seen that today, and that kind of fucking irked the shit out of me.
Exactly.
Now, what are you upset about, Bobbitt?
Oh, I'm disagreeing with you.
Oh.
You know, people are fucking morons. Plain and simple.
They think that saying what, and I don't care. They're saying what because they can't understand them. The crowd is trying to be funny, but it's not fucking funny. That what thing is kind of worn itself out.
It has. It's gotten to the point of, okay, that's enough now. But then again, we were there when Steve Austin first started it, and now it's the next generation carrying it on. It's just a little overdone at that point. Yes, unfortunately, Bobbitt, you are the circle of death again.
It's alright.
It's fine.
I even restarted the laptop and everything this time.
Yeah, it might end. It might actually be my end.
Yeah. Here, let me try it, buddy.
You're gonna fuck it up.
It's alright. You'll fix it because you always fucking do.
Yeah, I fucked it up.
Of course I did. Nope, it's your end, Bobbitt. It's alright, though. It's alright, though. You're good. So, I just, I don't... People want to sit there and slam people for saying what. Then start slamming people for saying what all the fucking time. It's annoying anyway. So, I mean, that's all I had to say. I forgot that was another thing that irked me today.
Thank you. Society Cardinal made it for us.
Yes, he did.
There we go.
There
There's
it is.
Bobbitt.
There he is. What's up, man?
Fine.
Everything good with
So-
you? Did you get what you were going for?
Yeah, let me show you something. I won something today.
What'd you win? I have no idea what the fuck that is. You won that?
Yeah.
It's a poster, right?
It's a framed picture of the Spider-Man cover.
Very nice.
Oh, cool.
You know what it was? They had trivia at the 9 p.m. launch, and I fucking trickstered the last question.
You trickstered the last question?
That's getting bad. That's becoming a thing now.
Honestly, if you really think about it, are we really surprised that it actually is?
No, I'm not really surprised.
Speaking of which, Trek, if you are still in the chat,
I DM'd him.
if you're still in the chat, let us know, and I will have Bobby add you to the call, because I know there was something you wanted to...
Well, just add him to the call, Bobby.
You wanted to rant
Alright,
about
we'll
as
do.
well.
The score is 3-3 right now. Falcons are going for
Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm watching it with you, but
52-yard field goal, and now it's 6-3.
I honestly don't think he has one Wise Society.
What's that?
My favorite NXT match of all time.
I don't care for NXT, really. I'm not going to lie to you. It's okay. It's no better than the main roster. Everybody says it is, but it's really not.
So we got Truckster on the call now.
yeah, sure.
If I had a favorite match, though, it would involve Asuka, because they built her so fucking beautifully. Probably the last Asuka fucking Ember Moon match was my favorite match.
So as I was saying, we have Trek here now.
What's up, folks?
Not much.
But
I mean-
anyway, so I was trying to figure out. I'm so kidding.
Here we go again.
And as always with this show, we are approaching the hour-and-a-half mark, so things do tend to get a little silly. So, for the new watchers out there, this is completely normal.
Or when you put
They're talking shit.
or when you put Trexter on the call.
As long as he's not host of the show. So, Trek, you had something you wanted to rant about. The floor is all yours.
Yeah, I heard you guys talk about the person who was blocking everyone except for you, Heather.
Yes.
Yeah, the same little shit blocked me too because I didn't agree with his opinion and I agreed with yours and JP's and Bobbitt's instead and he blocked me. Well, I'm sorry, kiddo, but the fact of the matter is this. We're all allowed our own opinion and when we try to bring up a fact, legitimate fact, you block everyone because you're so fucking butthurt over it.
Did you please say that one more? Did you? So fucking butt hurt over it. You sounded like a fucking valley girl.
The guy who blocked us is so butthurt when we brought up legitimate facts about that person, not about people being replaced on tag teams as managers and about other stuff, that he blocks everyone who brings up a legitimate fact because he's not happy that someone actually outdid him in the chat.
So was it a legitimate fact?
It was. It was about
No, it was.
Jericho. The thing that granted me, the statement that granted me an unfollow and Trexter here a block was this person had posted something saying that he took a screenshot of a post about Chris Jericho fighting on American soil because he's now a free agent. And the way he did it, it was sort of in a I told you so way. Because Chris Jericho had showed up dressed up as Pentagon Dark at the All In pay-per-view. So, with that, I responded to him with, well, was it an actual sanctioned match with the title on the line? Or did he just show up, beat the crap out of Kenny, and then say that I'll see you on my cruise?
I don't know. Is that what he said?
Yes. Because if it was the last part of that, then no, he still has not had a match on American soil outside of the WWE for a title. Like he said, like his own fucking words said. Chris Jericho's own fucking words.
I don't think he'll have a title. What I said, or what Jericho said, was he would not have... They asked him the question, now that you're the IWGP Intercontinental Champion, will you have a match on American soil? He said, no, I will never ever do that to Vince McMahon. I will never defend another title on American soil. Did you hear what I just said? He said, I will never defend another title on American soil that is not a WWE type title.
Exactly.
That does not mean that he will not go to fucking Impact. Win the Impact heavyweight title. And defend it there.
Because it's in Canada.
Canada. Yep.
They have their shows in Canada. They do not have their shows in the United States. They do come to the United States.
Yeah.
They'll be at WrestleMania weekend, but I guarantee it, Chris Jericho won't be there for that. Because he said he would not defend the title on American soil.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying he wouldn't wrestle on American soil for another company. He will not defend another title on American soil.
And again, at All In, it was not a sanctioned match.
It wasn't
So
even a
therefore,
match. It was just
like I said, it was not a sanctioned match. So therefore, no, he has not had a match on American soil outside of the WWE as of yet. Now, Chris Jericho sat there and tweeted out himself, "Free agency 2019, things will be interesting." That was his own tweet. Chris Jericho's own fucking tweet.
And you're right, Marvin. If he wants to fucking do it, if he changes his mind, he changes his mind. I'm okay with it. That's not the point that we're trying to make, Marvin. It's somebody saying that I told you he was gonna fucking. He didn't have a match.
Exactly.
He just beat the shit out of Kenny Omega and said, "See you on my cruise," and that was it.
And us, Brendan and myself, telling this kid, because that's exactly what he is, he's a child, that no, he has not had a match, so therefore you can take your "I told you so" and shove it straight up your fucking ass.
Oh my god, that's just shots fired.
Because again, and I will say it one more time, again, you are fucking wrong. So therefore, you had no reason to unfollow me and block JP.
No, I don't care if he blocked me or
I'm just
don't.
saying, you had no reason to block these people and just unfollow me, because the facts we gave you were correct where your facts were wrong. See, they were facts, not opinions. That's the difference.
It could very well have been Wise Society, but the point was, it was Jericho said he would never. Jericho did not say that he would never wrestle on American soil. He said he would never defend a title on American soil.
Exactly.
Unless it was a WWE title. People read into too much into what these people say, and they take it for, well, he said he would never have a match. No, if you listen to what he said, and I'll try and go find it and make sure that's what he said, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Almost guaranteeing you that's what he said, because I wouldn't just fucking say something to say something.
So that's part of the that was part of the issue that sat there, that brought up people getting blocked. I mean, Wise Society himself here. You know exactly
who it is. Wise Society. I don't know why you're.
This Wise Society was blocked and called an idiot behind his back by this person. I mean, that shows right there that you really have no balls whatsoever.
Absolutely correct.
Because you sit there, you fucking block somebody, and then you post something about them.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I got bigger balls than you, because you know what? I'm calling you out on my channel here.
Yeah, see, Beersy that's what he said. He said he wouldn't wrestle for a company in America.
But, again, here we go. It's a kid. Matt the fucking Misfit.
There it is. Name said.
I just proved I have bigger balls than you.
I said it. I said his name the other fucking day. don't care. What's he gonna fucking do to me? Tell his mom? I don't care. Go cry to your mom. What's she gonna say? Why are you fucking listening to him anyway?
And this kid, every post he puts out there, except for the one where he sat there and called Why Society an idiot, behind his back, after blocking him, he has to sit there and tag Joe Cronin, Jake DeMarco, and OK Fabe.
Now, I agree with OK Fabe on a lot of stuff.
With every one of his posts, all three of them have to be tagged, so this way he gets the affirmation and the approval for his opinions that he so desperately needs from people on the internet. Again, people on the internet. They're not demigods. They're human beings. I can sit there and clearly tell you that Connor is indeed a goofy motherfucker in person. I can tell you that for sure because I met him in person. I met Ken in person from Foulmouth. I met Filthy Mouth Gamer in person. They are two goofy motherfuckers in person as well. But you know what? I love each and every one of them to fucking death. Because they are human beings.
And they act like human beings.
Exactly. They are not demigods. Your opinion is your fucking opinion. It does not need approval from anybody else.
It don't matter. He's still young to me.
He's still younger than me too, so. But again, and there's something else you need to know, Matt the Misfit. OK Fabe tends to side with JP and myself in our opinions whenever we bring them up directly to him on his shows.
It's alright. I mean,
especially being that he pays a lot of attention because we're the ones with the wrenches in his chat, not you.
Don't start that shit.
Just saying.
God damn, you're just. Do you need to fucking. You alright?
I'm fine.
You want to talk about it? For fuck's sake. God damn.
All I know is, cause I tell you what, fucking Italian creamy chicken ramen is fucking awesome.
Actually, now that you mention
Hey,
it, I'm hungry. So.
I wish I was cool as you guys, and I got blocked by Matt too. That'd be really great.
Dude, just sit there and drop some facts on his timeline. He'll block you right away.
But the fact that motherfucker said he never fucking DM'd me.
Yeah, he sat there and he said he never speaks to JP. Meanwhile, JP has a mile-long list of DMs from this motherfucker.
I mean, I'm not bragging or anything.
Oh, I've done dropped two things on his timeline, so.
He was talking shit about you a couple weeks ago, Bobbit.
He's always talking shit. It don't matter.
He was in Connor's chat saying that Bobbit didn't deserve to be the monetized champion. When I told him he needed to shut the fuck up and show respect, he goes, "I don't have to show any respect for anyone I didn't vote for."
Well,
he didn't vote for anybody because he needs mommy's credit card anyway.
You're rehashing shit that doesn't need to be rehashed. Bobbit doesn't care about the fucking monetize his belt anymore.
And
no, I know. I'm just saying.
And just to clarify, Why Society, Joe and Jake, I'm not saying they're bad people either.
Joe, I love Joe.
There are some things that Joe does that just does not make sense to me, but I'm not going to sit there and tell him what to do with his show. Not my place.
Nope.
So, you know what? It is what it is.
And I love Jake. I talk to Jake quite a bit, too.
Jake is fucking phenomenal. He is one of the best human beings on the planet, in my opinion. And if you watch the videos Joe does with his kids, he's a great father. So, you know what? I don't hate the guy. There's just certain things I disagree with. That's all.
It's hard for me to say that, but he wants... he wants to see Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. I don't understand that. People are always complaining. I said this earlier tonight on Wrestling Memories. People are always complaining about
Nostalgia
acts and how they're not pushing a Ty Dillinger, or they're not pushing a fucking Rusev, or they're not pushing a fucking Samoa Joe. I mean, they're pushing Samoa Joe now, but at the time they weren't. Samoa Joe was fucking non-existent on TV. It's because we were getting the Undertakers. It's because we were getting the Shawn Michaels. It's because we're getting the Triple H's. If they stop with the nostalgia acts, they might actually have a spot for fucking a Ty Dillinger on a fucking pay-per-view. That's all I'm saying.
You constantly would sit there and say, we need to push new talent. We want to push new talent. But you constantly have to bring in the old talent to actually bring any kind of entertainment to your sports entertainment show. That, to me, does not say there's something wrong with your talent. That, to me, says there's something wrong with your writing. So maybe you need to get rid of all 32 of your fucking writers and start fresh.
Marvin Wood is even a former champion.
Exactly.
And he was, I mean, he was like Fami, NC 2010. He was champion for like 10 minutes. And it's a game. And people don't seem to understand that. And people take it to a whole nother level. It's not needed.
Exactly, Cody. I get DMs from Ken. I get DMs from his wife.
I don't get DMs from Ken anymore. I'm just kidding.
It's because I'm the one who's pregnant. So
I get it. No, and I'm okay with it. I have more focused on other things right now. You know, I just had a granddaughter, so I'm not,
gonna have another daughter soon.
Gonna have another baby soon, so I'm gonna be more focused on that. If I don't do a show every fucking Monday and Tuesday, it's because my family comes first, man.
Yeah.
I'll have Johnny take the show and run with it for a little bit or whatever. But
oh, good God!
You and Bobbit and Trek.
Oh no!
But
we're fucked,
right?
Yeah.
Well,
No.
more than likely, she's gonna end up being on the show with us anyway. So,
Who?
the little one,
Oh.
the baby,
Well, if that baby's gonna be born on a fucking Monday,
she's gonna be on the show.
she's gonna be on the show. She's gonna be propping her shit up on the fucking chair. Just kidding.
You're on my channel now. That's what, Aaron. Your wrench is on his channel.
Okay.
Still says we're live, but this video is unavailable.
Also, just for that same person who
Yeah,
blocked,
Ronnie,
who
when
blocked
he's
me.
going to replace Trickster.
Look, people that are blocking people are gonna block people. Why worry about it?
Yeah. It's funny, he didn't block me until I brought up the part we talked about where Drake Maverick was the new manager of AOP.
I lessened it. It should be fine. It's been this before.
Yeah, you can't change it right now. Yeah.
We have a name for the baby already, Dan Rex, and we announced that it was going to be Wendy Deborah. I announced that in the chat
the way
room.
you have
so.
it, it's Wendy Deborah.
Well, yeah. That's how you spell Deborah.
If you say so. Because that's the way my mom actually spelled her name.
Yeah.
But it's Deborah, not Deborah. Go ahead, call my mom Deborah.
Both pronunciations are both spelled the same exact way, so it's not that big a deal. But you were saying, Trek?
Yeah, we were talking about the fact that Drake Maverick is the new manager of AOP, which I like, which I think is really cool. I saw the clip online on Tuesday and Wednesday before I went to work. I thought it was really cool how they made him the new manager. And of course, someone was bitching and moaning, saying Ellering was the only one, and Vince hates Ellering and stuff like that. And you and I brought up the fact that that's not why. It's because Ellering flat out said, I don't want to travel anymore. And we both said that he was hard to understand on the mic because he's getting up there and you could tell he doesn't want to do it anymore.
And if you look at it, if you go back and look at Paul Ellering's promos, he was 70 years old.
Yeah.
It was getting to the point where he was going to be hard to understand on the mic. He was already partially there. If you weren't really paying attention, you would not have understood a word that came out of his mouth. Because again, he was 70.
Exactly.
So, and then on top of that, you have this strenuous, extremely strenuous travel and work plan for Monday Night Raw. And live shows. And the pay-per-views.
But there's also the rumors flying around that Vince didn't like Paul Ellering. Well, that's the reason why. It's fucking Vince's fucking show.
Right.
It's not my show. It's not Heather's show. It's not your show, Trev. It's his show. If he doesn't want fucking Paul Ellering,
he doesn't want Paul Ellering.
Doesn't want fucking Paul Ellering. There ain't nothing you or I are going to tell him to do.
I agree.
By us sitting here saying, God, you are... We can say you're dumb for fucking doing it, but just by us saying you're dumb for not doing it isn't going to fucking do anything. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's just like the all-in thing. Vince don't give a shit about all-in. And honestly, to be honest with you, everybody, yes, I've watched little bits and pieces of it. He really has nothing to worry about.
I mean, the pre-show that they had on WGN, was it?
It got less of a rating than Impact did. And Impact's on a lesser known channel.
And then on top of that, you had everybody streaming it through wrestling.in.
So how much money? How much are they going to make? Because apparently that is free. Yeah, if you have New Japan Pro World,
you could just watch it the next day.
I mean, you still have to pay $9 for it, but
it's $9, not $40.
Right. And also, Fight TV was crashing all the time that night too.
Did he? Nah.
Do you know how many people have done that in the course of just this year alone? Why Society? It's the way it's just the way this community is. So honestly, it's water off a duck's back.
I wasn't even worried about it.
Excuse me.
He may not have wanted it, but that all comes back to Vince. He didn't want fucking Paul Ellering. The guy's 70 fucking years old. He wanted young meat. He wanted younger, fresher fucking...
And also, isn't Ellering's daughter signed to NXT?
What?
Isn't Ellering's daughter signed to NXT?
No.
I think she wants to be, though.
Let me look. But I don't think so. I looked at her today, and I think she's in Indies somewhere.
I was going to say, if she is, maybe he wants to stay down there with her and help her train in NXT, so maybe that's another reason why, too, if that's why.
What do you mean, train her?
Well, and, like, show her, like, just like help her get more ready, I guess.
She's got, if she is in NXT, she's got some of the best trainers in the world down there. She doesn't need him.
She doesn't need him.
And for promo work, she has Paul Heyman. Who better than fucking Paul Heyman?
Yeah. Oh no, I just say maybe he wants to be closer to her or something like that, and doesn't want to travel all the time so he could be near, closer to her.
She's working on the independent circuit.
Why Society?
She's not in the WWE anymore.
Why Society? Joe Compton is a military man, so please do not use that term in conjunction with him ever again.
What's that?
Call him an SJW.
No, he's not an SJW.
And it's like I said, Why Society? There have been many others to have done that through the course of just this year alone, but yet they're back and nobody says a fucking thing about
It's
it.
not that big of a deal.
It's water off a duck's back. Drop the issue.
Yeah.
Move on with your life. Because again, it's your life that you got to worry about, not his.
Yeah,
I agree with Ronnie. I'm just there to watch the show and have fun. I don't
Yeah.
give two shits about what's going on in the chat unless it's my show
No.
or his show.
No. Fuck, I don't even care what you guys fucking say, to be honest with you.
I watch my chat for racial shit all the time. I watch his chat for racial shit. But for the most part, it's whatever you guys want to talk about, go ahead talk about. I don't care.
If it's a question, I'll answer it.
Well, there you go. She was in last year's Mania Classic. That doesn't mean she was signed.
Yeah, she's not. She's on the independent circuit.
There you go. So.
She's wrestling for Shine right now. She is not in WWE.
Okay, I wasn't sure either, but
Yeah, she wasn't even invited to this year's Mae Young Classic. They probably didn't like her. I think she had an attitude.
It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you. But, again, when I go to other people's shows, I'll pop in the chat and I'll say hi to a few people. But for the most part, I watch the show and just hang out. I don't even bother with the chat. Or what happens outside in Twitter or on Facebook. It's not my show. It's not my deal to deal with. I don't care. So. But
I do want to say one thing. Rest in peace to the ever talented and mustached, caterpillar-looking mustached man, Burt Reynolds, who passed away today. He was a great actor. One of my favorite movies was The Longest Yard. It was my favorite movie of all time from him. Just wanted to point that out. Nobody said anything about it. I'm not one to sit here and do them. I was waiting for about, hey, can we have a moment of silence for Burt Reynolds? I'm like, God damn it, why do we need to have a fucking moment of silence for Burt Reynolds? I know he died, but I'll shout him out, but I ain't gonna have a moment of silence. I do want to say, though, he was one of the greatest actors of our time, and he will be sorely missed in the community that was there, that is now becoming. That's all I got to say. Anyway.
And Ronnie, there's an easier way to do that. You can just hide the chat, so this way all you see is the show. So this way you can continue watching and not even bother with the chat. Little friendly hint for you out there. But yes, indeed. Rest in peace, Burt Reynolds. First movie I ever saw him in was actually Stroker Ace.
That was a good movie too. Funny.
Funny as hell.
Wasn't he in like the Six Pack Gang or something like that? Where he was, or is that Stroker Ace, where he's a race car driver?
Stroker Ace is he's a race car driver.
And he has like 6 kids or something like that.
No. No, Stroker Ace, he's a race car driver that gets roped into a very bad sponsorship deal and tries to get out of it throughout the whole movie.
I know, but wasn't he in a movie where he was a race car driver or something, and he had like 6 kids that didn't have a mother, and they followed him wherever they went? I can't remember.
Are you talking about Smokey the Bandit?
No.
No. That was the truck driver that had the 6 kids.
Are you talking about Cannonball Run?
No.
No. That was another good fucking movie.
That fucking hilarious. Let's see here.
Dude, it's called Six Pack.
Yeah, that's what it. God damn it! I just fucking said that.
That was Six Pack, yes. No, you said, is that Stroker Ace? No, it's not Stroker Ace.
And then I said, is it 6-pack? It was a 6-pack something, or was it Stroker Ace?
Hooper was another good movie.
Deliverance makes you feel like a big boy.
I
This
like
Little
the
Whorehouse
TV
in
show.
Texas.
I seen that movie. That was my grandfather's favorite movie because he thought he was gonna get to see Dolly Parton's boobs and didn't.
We got teased by her being in that lingerie all the time.
I like
Yeah, I want
the
to
TV
say
show.
this case though. Reynolds in.
Do what, Bob?
And the well, it was a series of movies, but my favorite Burt Reynolds movies of all time, Smokey and the Bandit.
Everybody's gonna remember him for that movie. And Cannonball Run. Those were his 2 biggest
Yep.
movies.
Yeah, I mean, Smoking the
I also liked him as Boss Hogg in the Dukes of Hazzard movie too.
Yeah,
really
he
good.
was.
Bob, if you interrupt me one more fucking time.
You'll be alright in the morning.
Bitch. I wasn't really a fan of the Smokey and the Bandit movie. It was a good movie, but it's not something that I would watch. I've seen it like twice, I think, in my life. Smokey and the Bandit wasn't one of my favorite movies. Cannonball Run was... Have you ever seen the movie Rat Race?
Actually, Rat Race was done after It's a Mad World.
I understand that, but Cannonball Run, it was the same fucking concept. They were whoever won the race or whatever, they won that fucking money.
Yes, but there was also another movie like that the Cannonball Race was actually more modeled after the movie The Gunball.
Okay, whatever. I don't care. And yes, I know that I know that he was at WrestleMania 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's been tweeted out all day.
Who was the woman that was with him? That was also the bell girl.
Was that Lonnie Anderson?
No.
No, it wasn't his wife. No. And it was Kenny Rogers that did Six Pack, not Burt Reynolds.
Okay. Well, there you go. God damn it. That's the question I was trying to fucking get at. I didn't.
Marvin and Ronnie both answered you on that one.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I just like...
But yeah. It's the people that are sitting there going, oh my god, it's such a shock. He was 82 years old. What, did you want him to live forever? I mean, I get it, he's a great guy and all of that, but you know what? Eventually he's just going to have to go. It's the way of life, people.
Right. Was it Rhonda Shear?
I don't fucking know. You act like I know.
You're the Trekipedia, dude. Come on.
Yeah, it was Rhonda Shear, because she was on the USA Network at the time for that Up All Night.
Yes, Aaron, he did. He tweeted out that although he looked frail, he still looked very in good health. Which, you know what? He died of cardiac arrest according to his Wikipedia page. So that That's something that happens out of the blue. You
Yeah.
can be perfectly healthy and your heart just gives out.
Jenny Garth.
There we go.
Okay, yep.
If y'all don't know who she is, she was, what was her name on fucking Beverly Hills 90210? Jenny?
I believe so.
Jenny? I don't fucking know. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. I just wanted to shout out, you know, Burt Reynolds. He was a great guy. And really, he was I think, did he not win the Heisman Trophy at Florida State for quarterback? I think he did.
I have
I
a
think so.
Wikipedia page open.
Go to college football. He played football at Florida State. Go to
And I will say this one last thing about Burt Reynolds. There's a reason why it's called the Burt Reynolds pose. That's all I want to say.
he's a halfback.
There you go.
No, he did not win the Heisman.
Okay. I thought he did, but he wasn't All-American. Now, what did you say, Bobbit? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. I want to hear what you have.
Oh, I just said, there's a reason why it's called the Burt Reynolds pose.
The Burt Reynolds what?
You've never seen the Burt Reynolds pose?
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God! He did a shoot for Playgirl magazine where he was like this. It's called the Burt Reynolds pose.
Oh, the Burt Reynolds pose. Okay, yes, I know what you're talking about now. Shawn Michaels did it in his shoot as well.
With the belt as
With
the
the
only
belt.
thing being his dignity guard. Tommy Dreamer and then
Marvin, I want to think that he was banging a hottie when he died. Good very well have been. You
He
never
did
know.
die of a heart attack, so.
You're melting? Well, you better go jump in the freezer. But anyway,
Yeah.
At the end of Cannonball Run and fucking Stroker Ace bloopers, oh my god.
yeah.
Fucking hilarious. And with Stroker Ace, that was the first time I saw Hightower from Police Academy. He played the chauffeur. for
Bubba
the-
Smith.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to shout that out real quick. Just throwing that out there. It was sad to see him go, but we all know that it's bound to happen to all of us. So
It says every scientist ever says 10 out of 10 people die.
it's just plain.
So never take life too seriously.
Well, I mean, take life seriously, but
I
don't
said
ever-
too seriously.
Well, take life too seriously, but have fun living. That's the way. That's what the motto should be. Don't take life too seriously. Although no, take life seriously, but have fun with your life. Because if you don't, then you're just gonna be miserable. Or you can just be grumpy like me all the time. Hashtag what? Dead air. Dead
That
air.
was Marvin. That was definitely one of my favorite scenes within that movie. If you watch the bloopers too with that movie, the actual director for the movie, when he's in the chicken suit, comes up and he's like, I don't know, but maybe we need to do something different with this scene. He turns and looks at Bert, and Bert goes, "Yeah, this outfit, yeah, this is real good." And then he goes and goes to walk away. Bert slaps him on the back of the head in just the right way that hid the cowboy hat the director's wearing, spins perfectly in a circle, and stays on his head.
Nice.
So that's one of the best bloopers of Stroker Ace out of all of the bloopers I've ever seen with Burt Reynolds.
And he never did a Marvel movie, so that's a bonus.
Well, there would have been a problem if he did. They would have confused him for Stan Lee.
That's true.
Just saying, folks. But with that being said, I think we've gotten all of our rage for the week out. I think we're all doing pretty good. I'm getting hungry again, so I think I'm going to end the show here. And also before YouTube flips out on me again and goes into that issue with the no video, which is weird. But we'll see what happens. I'll do a little clean out of the computer tomorrow and see if that helps anything out.
And don't forget, tomorrow we will be doing a wrestling, This Week in Wrestling. There really isn't too much news to go over. We'll have an update on the Tony Storm thing. That's pretty much about it. We might talk a little bit about the Mae Young Classic. That's pretty much it. This past week was not great,
But it wasn't the worst either.
but it wasn't too bad. It could have been a lot worse. It's a lot better than what they've been giving us, I will tell you that much.
So again, This Week in Wrestling is going to be taking place over on Bobbit's channel. And then on Saturday, on the Behind the Reels channel, we will be doing another Harry Potter episode for you on the Real Movie Review, Bobbit and myself. So come check us out on Saturday and on Friday.
And then on Sunday, I'm going to be doing the football game.
The Packers game.
I'll let you guys know what happened in games other, but yeah.
And with that being said, y'all have a great night and we'll see you all soon.